Man City are the champions, of course. For a lot of people, Chelsea quite possibly the favourites. I quite fancy Chelsea at the moment with the way that they've gone about things. And they did get their man through the door. Thomas Tuchel got Romelu Lukaku up front. Lukaku version 2 when it comes to the Premier League, who looks fantastic, doesn't he?
He looks lean, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen still pictures of him when he was in the World Cup for Belgium, when he was at Man United, and you look at his physique now, he's slimmer. I've followed him a lot, obviously, you know, playing for Inter, commentating on Serie A games, and he's at his peak now. You know, when you commentate on players, you go, well, what's Jack Grealish? You go, well, Jack Grealish is probably 80%, he's got another 20 in him.
Yeah.
You look at Lukaku now, he's at maximum. There's not much more in his game he can improve on.
You see, he'll do that. What we're seeing now, you'll just see that.
Look at that
strength. You know, I know it was Arsenal, and Arsenal are useless at the moment, but I just believe that Lukaku is the real deal when it comes to goals, when it comes to defenders thinking, oh no. And as a centre forward, if you can go into a game and your defender's thinking, oh gosh, I'm playing against Lukaku today, it's going to be a nightmare for you. He'll get his goals, he'll get his assists, and I think possibly the best signing this summer.
When you bear in mind that won the European Champions League, really with Werner scoring no goals, actually then to add to that with somebody like Lukaku, makes you realise why a lot of people think they really are title favourites.
Yeah, because they're strong defensively as well. I like the manager. The manager takes no prisoners, does he? He tells everybody when you're playing, when you're not playing, why you're not playing. He doesn't, you know, he's in interviews after the game as well. Very animated, you know, very honest. And I think Lukaku going there was a huge statement as well by the owners to say,
Tuchel's elite though, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, you get that. That's why I mentioned Ollie before. Ollie's now at Man U, got to get to elite level by winning trophies. When this guy comes through the door and you hear him speak and you watch him manage, you go, this guy's elite. Chelsea's a funny model where if you're not elite,
you're not going to last long.
You're not going to last long.
No.
And everyone's saying about Lukaku costing a lot of money. Well, he did, close to £100 million. But I was surprised to learn how much money they've actually got in.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they've raked about £110 million.
They pretty much paid for Lukaku. I mean,
look at the player sales.
It's a mixture, this, of people, of course, like Abraham and Zuma, and even Victor Moses going back, who've played a lot over the years.
But Zappacosta didn't even understand
exactly, and an academy where even if they don't make the first team, they are going to generate funds.
But look at those numbers there. Abraham, 34, Zuma 20, Tamori 24, Gay to Palace 18, and then you get the Zappacostas and the Victor Moses.
So they've paid for Lukaku.
And
add
more.
all that up. And more. Yeah.
So whether you like the model or not, you know what they've done this summer is got an elite manager in. Got some players that are probably weren't going to make too many first-team appearances out the door, so you trim the squad. The dressing room's a lot lighter in terms of numbers, which would be a good thing. And you've got an elite manager.
Yeah.
So they have to be title contenders, I would have thought.
Yeah.
European champions.
Chance? I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure. I just think, I wouldn't put them above anybody. I just think what they've done is they've said, right, we are now on the same level as City, same level as Liverpool, and that's the level they have to be at.
Best defensive record since Thomas Tuchel arrived, end of January. Fewest conceded.
Yeah. Again, I love the captain. I love Azpilicueta. I think he's so honest, great speaker, make sure all his teammates are on it. They're the things that a lot of fans won't see, what he says, how he does it, what he says to his right side centre-half. I just think he's got so much know-how of a senior pro within the dressing room.
What doesn't convince you about that squad? You know, you think of Lukaku and you think of Werner and you think all the number 10s, Ziyech and Havertz.
Yeah.
You go and step into midfield with Jorginho.
Ziyech hasn't
no, he hasn't
yet.
Nor's Pulisic on a regular basis, but they're still European champions.
Pulisic I do like. I do like him.
But on a week in, week out, neither of those two week in, week out yet, which were the big signings of the summer before.
Yeah.
But they replaced their goalkeeper. I mean, listen, they can afford to say a £72 million goalkeeper's not good enough. We'll go and get another.
I mean, they've got Ben Chilwell on the bench who cost, what did he cost? £50 million close?
Yeah, did England fullback.
So he's got Marcus Alonso playing. When this guy, in the 3-3 draw against West Brom, when Frank took him off at half-time...
Went on the bus, didn't he?
Went on the team coach and didn't watch his team. So he was gone.
Yeah.
Rudiger was playing up inside the dressing room. He was gone. They were close to taking Azpilicueta with them. So that's how much power players can have inside of a dressing room where they don't feel they get getting treated correctly. Frank made a decision to take him off at half time. You've got to go and support your teammates. You don't go and sit on the coach.
I think the habit of winning stays with you. When you're winning, it becomes muscle memory. City have it. Muscle memory. They know how to win. They know what to do, when to do it, what areas of the pitch to cross it and to shoot from, because they've done it and they've won. Whereas Chelsea need to get that back.
But they're so good. I'll come back to my point about how good they are defensively.
Yeah.
And how few goals they've conceded under Thomas Tuchel, compared with Frank Lampard when they were conceding goals. This is since he arrived at the end of January. But does that not make you think, added to the muscle memory, added to the Champions League, added to Lukaku, would you put them level with City?
I wouldn't put them level. No,
you wouldn't.
No, not level. No. In regards,
in regards of favouritism.
Yeah, in regards to favourites, I think City are ahead of Chelsea.
Do you think
Liverpool are ahead of Chelsea?
I think City are ahead of everyone.
Okay.
We're talking
Chelsea second.
Exactly. The gap's got smaller, hasn't it? The gap's got a lot smaller, without a doubt.
Chelsea second?
At the moment, yes. Liverpool third. Man United third. Man United
just remembered Man United, doesn't he?
I don't know the difference between Liverpool, Chelsea and Man United.
No, that is a fair point.
I think when you pick that top four, you go, those three could finish in any number.
Yeah.
But I fancy City with Pep and the players that they've already got, and they're used to winning, and they win the very biggest of games. And the style that they play in, they keep hold of the ball fractionally.
That's without a centre forward, you know.
What did the Liverpool-Chelsea game tell you last week? Or did it not tell you much because the red card obviously shaped
it told me loads. It told me more about Chelsea. Didn't tell me anything about Liverpool because Liverpool are an amazing side. But it showed when you went down to 10 men, and this was a penalty and it was a red card. It felt harsh at the time because of the emotion just before half-time. In the cold light of day, Reece James made a forward motion to handball it off the line, so the referee was absolutely spot on. Then there was pandemonium inside the stadium. Liverpool come out second half, and you think, right, 1-1. Liverpool kicking towards the Kop end. Wouldn't say 100% win the game, but there's every chance they win the game. But it told me more about Chelsea, because I don't think some of these players like Jorginho and Rudiger's and Havertz and all these guys would have probably done the work that they've done if it wasn't for Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
So I think he convinces me that they can be close because the players are buying into what he says. Because I think he's the type of manager where, because he's got a reputation, because he speaks well and he's quite forthright, if you disagree with him or go off piste and don't do your job, he gets you off the pitch.
Oh, yeah. It's my way or the highway, isn't it?
That's how it should be.
And it should be.
You said elite manager. Elite managers still have to succeed. He's got to win things. Otherwise, he'll be out as well.